Hello YouTube. I'm going to demonstrate the Harbor Freight tire changer for you and show you how I'm mounting up tires for free basically. This thing only cost me $37 plus tax. You figure 40 bucks got wrapped up into it. Mounted plenty tires. As you can see in my garage, I still have some scrap ones I need to get rid of. But basically, best money ever I could have ever spent at Harbor Freight. This thing has saved me so much trouble, time, and headache. I mean, it's a little more effort doing it yourself, and it's all manual. There's nothing you need to hook up. All you need to do is either bolt it to concrete or do what I did, bolt it to a pallet. That way if you need to throw it in the back of the truck and go help someone on the side of the road or something, or help someone in another garage, you can just take it with you. It's very convenient to have. So I'm going to go ahead and set this camera down and go ahead and dismount and mount a tire and show you exactly how it's going to be done, what tips you're going to need to make it go pretty smooth. We'll go from there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip a tire off real quick, just go through the steps and show you exactly how you can do this easily at home. Bear with me while I take this tire off. Alright, you're going to need a couple things. First of all, you're going to need a valve core tool. They're about, I'll do this for the camera and show you. Core tool, I got from Harbor Freight for like 80 cents. They're pretty cheap. But what they're going to be is to remove the valve stem the core out of your valve stem. So, absolutely you're going to need that. They make them either screwdriver style, which is a longer handle. You're going to get these little ones. I'm easy to please, I don't really care. The screwdriver ones are actually a little easier, but if you have better control, you can just spin it. But this will have to do, because this is all it's got. Make sure you unscrew it all the way and it doesn't pop out and lose it. Let the tire completely deflate. Now for this purpose, this tire I just mounted. I'm going to go ahead and dismount it and then just mount it back, because it's the only good tire I have right now for this car. Not the best, but it's going to have to do. So once this is fully deflated, you're going to use the bead brake that came with this tire changer. It's real simple design, basically. You lay the tire on a little wedge, and this is all adjustable. So if you're doing bigger tires, you can move this down or up, whatever works best for the application. This setting, the position I have right now for it seems to be the best, but basically, this comes with the tire changer. This is, I just call it my leverage bar, breaker bar, spud bar, pretty much is what it's called. But basically, this is where all your leverage and effort is going to be broken down from. So you insert this into the breaker bar end, or the bead brake end, and it goes like this. And you want to wedge it. You just wedge it as best as you can right in that bead. See how it just breaks the bead down. Sometimes this can be the most challenging part of this. That bead will be a pain sometimes, so just bear with it. My best trick and tip I can tell you is if the bead won't break, sometimes you got to move the tire out a little bit so it angles in more. You just got to work your way around it that way. This one happened to just break right down, so probably because I just dismounted and mounted it. But you're going to do the same on the other side. And it breaks right down. Once your bead's broken, and I know I'm kind of ADD when it comes to this review stuff, but I want to tell you right now before I forget, always, and I'm going to go over it a little better, make sure the mounting surface is clean and not corroded or rusted, because it's rare, but it can happen. If there's a lot of corrosion and rust around these points where it mounts on the mounting surface, if that stuff breaks free while you're driving, you no longer have a tight surface and that wheel can wobble loose and then you can have a wheel off, is what we called it when I worked in the shop. Which could be very bad. You don't want that. You don't want your wheels falling off. They're kind of nice to have on the vehicle. So, once you're done, you're basically going to take the tire up, put it on here, line this up. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see it. Alright. Line this up in one of the lug nut holes. gonna be like this. Make sure you don't smash your fingers. Just basically line it up, put your tire down like that. This is gonna screw right on top. After you put this on, this will hold it in place. So slide this on right there. There's a thread, a big bolt inside of this, and there's a thread on top of here where it's gonna screw right on. Don't over tighten it, just make sure it's snug. You don't want that to strip. You're gonna have a hell of a time getting it off. Best way I can explain, now you got the tire mounted. What you want to do is work your way around to pop this off, and it comes off pretty easy. Stick this inside the bead and just pry it up and push. And you'll see how I do it, but you just push around. I'm actually going to move the camera up on top of the car now. You guys can see it a little easier. So, this is more easier done than said. Basically, get a good bite on the bead, pry it up over, and you're just going to walk right around it. That's the top bead broken. See the tire's halfway there already. Same thing on the bottom. You want to lift up on the opposite side as high as you can get it. Lean into it. Press your whole body into it. Grab the bottom of the bead and do the same thing. Sometimes you gotta. Usually not this difficult. Probably those damn soap I have on here. There we go. Just walk her around. The tire's off. Sometimes it can be a little difficult, but it's pretty easy for the most part. So the tire's off. Take your tire off, put your new one on. This is key. When you put your new tire on, use a lubricant. Either tire lube or dish soap. Doesn't really matter as long as something's on there. I already have some on there, so I'm not going to put any more on because I just mounted and dismounted it. You basically put a little either on your hand or towel or brush and walk right around it. Make sure you get it all lubed up. Make things a lot easier. Not only reducing the amount of effort that you're going to apply into this, it's also going to save you from basically breaking the bead. So, put your new tire on. And another thing too, take a wire brush and go around the rim. I already did previously. It's still a little dirty, but it will be fine. It ain't gonna hurt anything. But basically, get any loose debris off this area, and don't use anything too abrasive. Don't use sandpaper. Don't use a grinder. Just use a wire brush. That's the best thing. The wire brush isn't going to be that abrasive, and it'll knock off all the loose stuff. So, take your tire. You're going to want to twist it until it locks. So, twist it. Sometimes, be careful. Don't lean your face right here, because sometimes it'll pop, and then you'll fall forward because it'll pop on. So, just twist it. Usually they don't pop all the way on, especially car tires. Bigger truck tires won't. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this end. You're going to wedge it. You're actually going to wedge it like this. Wedge it in the bead and then just pry it over. Then when you get to the other side, you're going to do it opposite. But the first side, once you get the first side of the bead on, wedge it in like this and just pry it over and just inch it right around until it goes on. You want to start at the traction point, which is where the tire locks on. So you have the rim, you have the tire at an angle. You want to start right there, or just an inch or so after. You see, that easy. Get the first bead off on. Now this is where I change things up a little bit. I think some other people have done this before on YouTube as well. But basically, bear with me a second. You can do it without the vice grips because it'll make things a ton easier. If you don't use the vice grips, what you're going to have to do is lock the tire in the traction point like you did the first time, get the bead on. But as you're prying over, you're going to have to hold down on this side. You don't have to, but usually you do. To eliminate that, take a pair of vice grips, lock them on as tight as you can, without damaging the rim. And usually, sometimes they pop off. If it pops off, it'll be a good example of how to fix it. And the first time, you had to take it with this flat edge down. Now you're going to have to turn around to enable the direct traction on the tire. So, just work your way around it. Move a couple inches from the traction point. And just walk right around the tire until it pops up on it. It doesn't take much effort at all. I mean, just make sure you're holding on to the spud bar as tight as you can, because if you let go of it and it flies up, I mean, I've never seen that happen, but it can happen. I can imagine that this bar that weighs a good 10 pounds of steel hitting you in the face wouldn't feel too good. There, tire's on. Take your vice grips off. I've seen people do this too. You can either put the valve core back in and have a hell of a time trying to seat the bead, or what's easier, just take an open end. Remember, don't put your valve core. Don't put your valve core on the valve stem yet. Take your open end air fitting and just push it right on. Till they're all Now what you want to do, it doesn't matter if it runs out of air, you just want to basically keep the bead on there. Put your valve core back in. And I stress this, do not over tighten it. Just turn it till it's snug, or till it stops leaking. That's all you need to do. You over tighten these and you'll strip it, you'll have to put a whole new valve stem in, which isn't that much, but when you're driving a 2006 to a 2014 car, they have those new air sensors in them that are they're TPMS sensors, tire pressure monitoring system. You don't want to strip the inside of those because those things can be like $100 a piece. Regular valve stem, it's actually a good idea just to put a whole new valve stem in, but we're being cheap. That's the whole point. Hard Freight tire changer, $40 for being cheap. So now that you got your valve core back in, you can go ahead and loosen this up. Take everything off. Go ahead and air it up. I could grab my air chuck here. That's another thing you need is an air chuck. First of all, you're going to need air. If you don't have an air compressor, don't do this because you're going to have a hell of a time. Make sure you have enough air. It's going to keep up with everything. That impact, it's like a 600-pound impact. Usually most even smaller air compressors will run impact fine if you're just doing short bursts. But you want enough air pressure to seat this bead. So if you have a tiny air compressor that really can't put out much air, sometimes you won't be able to seat the bead. And then you want to use 3/8 hose, not 1/4 inch hose. Go ahead and fill your tire up. You can see it's holding air just fine. This is, I mean, it's a little involved. You know, it's not 2 minutes and it's done. But then again, when you go to the shop, it doesn't take 2 minutes either. They have fancier equipment, but this is just nice to have on the side, especially if it's a Sunday afternoon. You have tires, or know someone they can get you tires, but no one's open, no shops are open. This will at least get you out of a pinch. Or just like me, if you want to save money. Take an air gauge. I'm going to measure the air pressure on this when I mount the tire up, but that's pretty much everything. There's really nothing to it. The biggest trick and the biggest takeaway I think you guys can get is putting the vice grip on the handle, and then keeping the tire from popping up. Because if you don't put that vice grip on, as you're walking around, flipping the tire over the rim, this will want to walk right back off, unless you're holding down on it. But the effort of holding down and lifting with the other hand, you might as well just put the vice grip on, and then you can walk around nice and easy. You can see it wasn't that hard. The tire's on, it's holding there. All I have to do is zip it back up, and I'm good to go. So, if you guys have any questions about it, let me know. and I can try to answer them the best for you. Thank you.